Hello, everyone, and welcome this evening to A Velvet Soiree, Session 1. My name is Quinn, and I will be your Master of Secrets and Lies for the evening. Thank you to Variant Roles for hosting us, my little dream project that I've had for quite some time. And thank you to my wonderful players for being here. So why don't we go ahead and kick it off with you guys, you gals, you non-binary pals. Who am I going to put on the spot to introduce themselves? It's Jono.
Hi, I'm Jono. Today I am playing Shava, who uses she, her pronouns. I use he, him pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at MammalJono.
Let's cut to Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. I will be playing Ruby, the glorious one, who uses she, her pronouns, and I use she, they pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at Citrine Warlock.
Fabulous. Let's cut to Camille.
I'm muted. Hi, I'm Camille. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Winter, who also uses she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesD&D. I'm super excited.
And then let's go to Anders.
Hello, that's me. I'm Anders. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me at Anders_D_K all over the internets. And tonight I am playing Finris, a walking fiery trash can. And he also uses he, him pronouns.
Lovely. We love our trash can. And then last but certainly not least are also our wonderful tech human, tech moose, I suppose. Let's go to Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Piper, and she also uses she, her pronouns.
Fabulous. Naturally, we all have secrets, and they're great. I'm Quinn. I am your Master of Secrets and Lies for the evening. I use she, her pronouns. I almost said my character uses she, her pronouns, but I'm not playing anyone. I'm playing everyone. So I'm trying to remember if there are other things I'm supposed to say before we start the game. No. Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Quintastic_. I hate that underscore, but here we are. So, if we're all feeling it, shall we? So, you have all, in one form or another, received this invitation to a party. An unlikely party at the Windflower Estate. Some of you may know who the Windflowers are, some of you may not, depending on what circles you run in. Not the typical invitation, it's signed simply V on official letterhead, though. And through one means or another, some more eventful than others, you made your way to the Windflower Estate on the designated day, some much more eventful than others. And you now find yourselves at the front door of the Windflower Estate. The Windflower Manor itself is massive, and of course gussied up, dressed to the nines for the occasion, celebrating the Lady Windolin Windflower. It's marbles, it's beautiful white, there's everlasting flames all over the place. It's gorgeous. You've already made it past coat check, as it were. And you are on your way inside. And as you walk inside the actual manor, which is grandiose as possible, you see a fountain in front of you, and you're like, wow, that's a fountain. There are these tiny little constructs. Not so tiny, but they're constructs that seem to be acting kind of like robot butlers. But but for individuals and for parties. And you all, of course, have entered not knowing each other at all. You've come individually. So your robot butler, let's call them, your construct, will find you, get your name, and escort you to your table, which takes you through the main hall, of course. So you've all arrived at different times. So let's go with our first arrival, Shava. What do we see when we look at Shava approaching the table with the construct that is kind of struggling to keep up with your larger steps?
Yes, you see a slightly over 7 foot tall female Loxodon wearing kind of a seafoam green gown and a little silver circlet going up over her head. She also carries with her a polished wooden staff with a crystal slowly rotating, floating a couple inches above it.
Fabulous. And you're led to your table by your little construct friend. And the grand hall itself is massive. You, Shava, have seen it before. It's this massive space where there's an kind of an open area with, of course, the windflower crest in the marble floor in all of its garish glory, shall we say. And the raised platform for where the family would eat at a social gathering. And the most notable thing, however, is the half-circle window that takes up the entire back wall, which is simply grand, looking out over the gardens. It's phenomenal. The moonlight is gorgeous. Somewhere in the Great Hall, there are different tiers, different levels with stairs and such. You're in one of the higher tiers, which you can kind of gather the higher houses are on the floor. The higher up you get, aristocracy. So as you approach your table, you notice all the tables and chairs are kind of the same standard human edition, but as you go to sit down, the chair itself kind of, how do you say, it transforms to fit your size, and so does the table. And you probably wonder who did that. And yeah, there you are in the Great Hall. You have made it. Not that there was any trial on the way off screen. The next to arrive would be Ruby. So what do we see when we meet Ruby?
Ruby is a average to short human woman with long, curly, fiery red hair, pale skin, red eyes, and scales adorning her temples. She's dressed very, very fine in reds and blacks. And she looks annoyed.
I mean, sometimes you're annoyed at a party. That's how a good time starts. So your construct leads you to this table where Shava is sitting. And you look for your place card, your name card, as it were, and it seems to be directly across from her. So, okay. I assume you take your seat.
Yes.
And let's see, who arrives next? I believe our friend Fenris was next. Fenris, what do we see?
So he's like kind of on the short side for a tiefling, but a red skin, red tail that sort of sticks out and flicks and messes with the back of his sort of leather scrap-like kilt. sort of black cloak vest with nothing underneath, sleeves ripped off. It's not fancy clothing. It's not dress code appropriate at all. 2 red horns that curl, red hair, red eyes, and at this point, probably a drink in his hand. It probably was the first thing he went to and grabbed.
Easily done. Oh, go ahead.
A little mechanical spider on his shoulder.
Yes, you do have a mechanical spider on your shoulder. Yes, you probably would have stolen that drink from another construct. Would have been very upset with you. But would have shrugged it off because not its job. It has its programming. So you're escorted by your trepidatious-looking construct. You do notice your construct looks a little bit older than the other ones. It's stuttery a little bit as it leads you up to your table. But it makes it there. It makes you there, and your name card is next to Shava's.
Do I tip it? Do I tip you?
No, I'm also in attendance.
No, not you, the little robot guy. Do I tip you?
I'm so sorry. I frequently get those confused.
Does not compute, and it just kind of stutters its way off. So you can probably assume that's a no.
Don't tip it.
No tipping.
So there you are.
I will sit in my chair very incorrectly. Just like slumped.
Noted. Fabulous. And then the next to arrive is Winter. Winter, what do we see?
Oh, hello. Winter is a tall woman with silver hair and amber eyes. She has long pointed ears, some easily identifiable makeup on her face, and she walks around very gently, taking in my surroundings, very interested in what is going on. I study everything that I see with seeming delight.
Lovely. And your little construct comes whirring up.
Oh, hello.
Yes, hello, you are Winter, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. We will escort you to your seat now.
Very good.
And it kind of does a spin and
oh, how precious.
If a construct could blush.
Oh.
So it'll kind of try to show off. Let me see how it does. Oh, you poor thing. It bumps into a couple of things. Hits a wall pretty hard.
Oh, sweetheart.
If it could blush harder. Eventually, it metaphorical tail between its legs makes it to the table, and your seat is right next to Ruby's.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm glad to hear it. My name is Winter. What
Lovely to meet you.
What did they call you?
Many things. Ruby, primarily.
Ruby. The pleasure is mine.
Beautiful. And there is one final seat at the table. Piper. As you scurry in, last one there, what do we see when we look at you?
You see a small gnome woman with some wild curly pink hair and pink eyes, and she's wearing nice clothes, but there's a leather apron, satchel, and a bag of holding, and her hands are a little stained with like oil and grease and you don't know what. And she's happily chatting to two mechanical spiders, one on her shoulder and one on her wrist.
That she is. So we got your mechanical spiders.
Oh my god, can you look at this room? It's huge. What?
Your construct buddy kind of tilts a little bit when it sees the spiders, particularly the wrist spider. But not its place. Come with me, small Piper, and it.
What are you?
I am to escort you to your seat. And it just kind of tries to keep going, whirring on. There are, at this point, there are quite a few people. You were probably one of the last to arrive.
Piper is me.
Yes, you are Piper.
I am Piper. Piper is me.
So you gradually get past the other tables up to your otherwise full table of quite uneccentric by the looks of it, and there you are.
Wow, you guys are so much taller than me. Is this my seat? I'm just gonna sit here. I think that says this is my seat. Hi, I'm Piper.
As you sit, the seat kind of like lowers to let you up easier, and then brings you up. You don't need a booster seat. You just have a magical chair. Don't worry about it. Yes. And then there you all are. What would you like to do?
Hello, Piper.
Hello. What's your name?
I'm Winter.
Oh,
so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. And you have a spider friend too.
Yeah. At least one. There was others, but I kind of like scoot back and like look in my kilt, which is like super uncomfortably widespread. I think there's just one left. The others, I think, fell off at some point.
Fell off? Were you covered in them? Did you have more than one?
I mean, they just didn't want to seem to not be on me, so I just didn't make them get off.
I like them. They're friendly.
I mean, this one doesn't say much, but like...
Where did you get your creature?
You mean you didn't have any in your carriage?
Oh, I did. I just wanted to know if you got yours the same way I got mine.
Oh, yeah. They were all over my carriage, but they're so pretty and fascinating. I had to look at one, and one flipped over, so I fixed it.
I felt a similar way. Mine are here in my bag.
Oh. Yeah, I let mine up here because it's spying on us, and I figured it would want a nice view.
Yes, that's
Also
why this one is asleep, apparently.
Am I the
Points to
only
a
one here who
sleeping
didn't
one.
have a spider?
You didn't have a spider?
Oh no, I had spiders, but I hid from them and they hid from me. I thought it was a mutual thing.
Oh, I think they're super interesting. I'm really interested. I like mine. It's kind of like a guard spider. I don't know who it's guarding, though. If it's guarding me or if it's guarding me from other people. Oh, well.
I think they're fascinating in concept, but perhaps a different form would have been preferred.
Do spiders make you uncomfortable?
They're just so small and have so many legs, and the ratio is all wrong. But that's a me problem.
They're utilitarian.
Yes, indeed.
I'm happy they have lots of legs. Then I can try and figure out how they work.
You want to figure out how mine works?
I mean, I already have two, but sure, okay.
Just like put it on the table and push its butt and like tell it to go that way.
Miss Ruby, did you have a spider as well?
Yes, and then she just like points at this lump on her shoulder. He's asleep.
So Fenris, you take your spider with a little resistance because it's got its little front legs kind of stuck into the fabric of your vest.
Yeah, I know, buddy. Here you go.
And it doesn't seem to move. And you'll notice it's not quite a spider, but not quite a scorpion. It is technically still looks like an arachnid. If you'll recall, it is it's a primarily mechanical spider with a scorpion's tail and stinger, and the front pincers, where the pincers would be, these are pincers, are replaced with particularly long and pretty sharp looking like extra set of legs that it can use to kind of climb things easier. So you place yours on the table, Fenris, with a little bit of resistance, and it just kind of sits there in the same sort of power savey kind of mode that you had left it in.
Go on, bud. You're not gonna get any more from me. She looks like she talks a lot. Go spy on her. Shoot.
Come here. I'm gonna go scoop it up.
Okay, easy enough. You scoop it up, and it kind of, you see its stinger kind of like wag a little bit, and it does a little like side to side, looks up at you, goes back into power save mode. Just kind of, you know.
Perhaps they're waiting on something.
Maybe they're waiting
Not put
for
it past
something.
them.
So, what are you guys doing here?
I received an invitation. Didn't you?
I mean, yes, but I also like to make things, and so I'm trying to sell some of the things I make.
What sort of things?
Oh, you know, like little good gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
Interesting. What sort? I'm mechanical based, or magical, or a combination thereof?
A combination thereof. I made a gargoyle. It was really cool. It was like a moving turret thing that also looked like a gargoyle, but it helped guard people. But then some coat check guy touched it and it vanished. And I guess I have to go find him if I want to sell it, which was my goal. But it's okay. I can make another one.
Was it Frank?
It was Frank. Do you know Frank?
Yeah, Frank's cool.
Did he take anything from you?
Nope.
I want my gargoyle.
Frank is particularly zealous amongst the guards here. He means well. I'll give him that.
Seem to know him well.
Not well, but we've met a couple of times. I've done some work here at the estate, so he and I have interacted a few times before.
Goody for you.
What kind of work?
Of a magical nature. The Windflowers have a great deal of, let's say, collections, and I helped catalog them and make them ready for presentation.
Very impressive.
It's a lot more tedious than I make it sound, but it's nice to be here.
I had to see the second best house.
The first being?
The Ellingtons, of course. We are the best house.
Oh.
What qualifies a house as better than another? I'm curious.
Well, we have a better sort of morals, we're better people, and we're not the Windflowers.
I see. Very succinct. I do wonder what qualifies as better, though. Really curious.
I mean, the Windflowers have a lot of money.
Only a little bit more.
So having money makes you better?
Well, if it made them better, then they would be the better house, but they're not.
So not having money makes you better.
I mean, I
Exactly.
like money.
If not having money makes you better, then I'm the best person around. Shava just looks away.
Oh my, what a strange noise. I think that was one of the constructs.
It's one of the constructs has learned it's malfunctioning in the background. But you
Someone get that robotic cough
Sounds like a train.
At this point, a different sort of construct. This one looks a little more humanoid, even more robot butlery. Comes by with a tray, an empty tray, and just kind of floats, like whirs up so that it's visible to most of your eye lines. Sorry, Shava, you're very tall. And just goes, drinks, everyone? Any drink orders?
Yes.
Piper takes a drink, but she also kind of looks under the construct because it's hovering.
There are no drinks on top of the tray. What would the young miss like to drink?
Just some bubbly.
Bubbly, yes, very good. And you, sir?
Something inordinately expensive but doesn't actually taste any better, and just bring it in the bottle. I have my own cup.
It kind of tries. You can see it. Its gears literally turning, like mentally. Bottle, yes. Okay.
Yes.
And it produces. Would anyone else care for a beverage? Yes.
Do you by chance have Sun's Glory?
Oh, yes, of course.
I would not mind a glass of that then.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
I'll have a dark and stormy, please.
A dark, yes, of course, ma'am, of course. And for you?
I will just have a fireball.
A fireball, yes, good. You see it take a minute. Fireball, drink, not spell. Yes. And
no, give us the spell. Like right over there. That'd be real interesting.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
That did not count. It's too smart for that. Thank God. I rolled an 18, so I'm gonna say that's smart enough to not blow up the building. But it having taken all of your drink orders, there's a bit of whirring and some the words. First, it loses words. The tray sort of seems to start to shake and vibrate a bit. And then in sort of a puff, your orders all appear on the tray. And the robot butler sets it down. And you stop saying that. The construct sets it down, and it is in the correct order that you placed it. And thank you very much. Enjoy. And it kind of just hovers off. And Piper, you had looked under it, right?
Yes.
Were you looking for anything in particular?
Just like mechanics or like, I guess I could do an Arcana check if you wanted me to.
Yeah,
I want to see how it works.
Okay, yeah, go for it. First roll.
Yay. Just ignore all that. 26.
You have unlocked the secrets of the universe. No, I'm kidding.
Amazing.
It's You've seen. I thought I had glasses on, and I just almost stabbed myself in the eyes.
Been there.
I'm used to them. 26. Jeez Louise.
I rolled an 18. She has a +8. I really like magic and gadgets.
You really like magic and gadgets. You've seen constructs before. They've always been functional, but never that fancy. There's definitely. It's a very specialized blend of magic that you've never seen before, even with a 26. Very specialized, but very skilled. There are almost very few actual gears, and you start to gather that the gears that are visible may be for show, and that these are mostly magical entities. Perhaps masquerading as constructs.
I pull out from my bag of holding a tiny little notebook, and I just start scribbling and sketching as it disappears around the corner. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see them around. They are effectively your servers for the evening. You can easily gather. So you have your beverages, you have your notes, and you are left to your own devices once again.
I take 2 swigs directly from the bottle, and then I pour the rest into my tankard and slide it to the middle, in case anyone else wants really expensive alcohol.
Not today.
Yeah, Piper just kind of wrinkles her nose at it.
I didn't say it tastes good.
Does it have fizzes? Does it fizz?
I mean, it kind of like burns.
No. I asked if it fizzed, not whether it burned.
It doesn't fizz, it burns.
Okay, I'll pass. Thank you.
I'm content as well, but thank you for the offer.
I mean, you make your choices. That's the only reason I'm here. Free, expensive booze. I'm not kidding either.
Is that really why you're here? Do you just come for the booze?
Yeah.
That's a thing you can do?
I mean, I had an invitation, but like, I don't have any ulterior motives. I might steal some silverware, but...
Should you be saying that out loud?
They know.
Have too much as it is. Take some.
They know exactly what I'm gonna do here.
Take all of it.
I feel like that's not a very nice thing to do.
I think as long as you're having a good time, who cares?
I like that one. Summer, was it?
Very close. Winter.
Ah, that explains the cold and icy
demeanor.
That's a good word for it. It's not the word I was going to use, but it's a better one, so we're going to go with demeanor.
I feel like winter is very warm and friendly. You guys are all warm and friendly. All of you.
I was only teasing Piper.
So, how do you all know the Windflowers?
I mean, they have a lot of money, and I want to sell them things.
Yes, certainly.
So that's it.
I have actually not met the Windflowers, most of them at least. I was quite surprised to receive my invitation as well.
Which of them do you know?
Oh, I've only met them in passing, really. Not enough to say that I know them. I would never dare. But I do a lot of work for all sorts of families. So one hears about them.
What kind of work do you do?
Oh, I'm a healer.
Oh.
Yes.
You're not... Are you like that white witch that people have been talking about?
Oh, yes, I think that is one of the monikers I've earned, yes.
Oh, I've heard so much about you.
Have you really? I'm embarrassed. Timmy, what have you heard? I'm so sorry. I'm terribly nosy.
I mean, I heard that you like to heal people and you don't necessarily need to be paid, which I think is a little silly, but also super nice. So I'm not gonna.
I think that everyone deserves affordable health care.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And if I can give it to them, then I've been very blessed in my life with my powers that I don't always use them for myself, so why not share?
That's a very altruistic way of looking at things. Are you based out of any particular location, or do you travel?
Yes, I travel. I'm here for now, though. I go wherever I'm needed or whatever I feel called.
Do you go to cold places or do you leave when you feel cold?
Cold.
Oh,
Wherever I'm
old.
cold.
Well,
I will try to speak more clearly, Piper.
I mean, I'm really low to the ground, so hearing is hard when it's not directed at you. I'm so sorry. My spider minions seem to be making a lot of noise.
It's perfectly understandable. And Shava, what about you? You said you do work for the Windflowers. How long have you been in their employ or contract work, I suppose?
Yes, it's not been too terribly long. I, the player, cannot remember the amount of time that was agreed upon. But I'm going to roll it as if this were a normal response. I do believe it's been the last, what, month-ish?
Couple months.
Couple months, yeah, cool. It's been the last few months. There's quite a lot of work to be done. I'm not sure what all has been planned for this evening, but I would be more than happy to show you my handiwork at some point if, of course, we are so graciously allowed.
Of course, of course. And I'm sorry. I think I've spaced. You said you did you say you did work with items, cataloging items, or cataloging flowers? I specifically remember one of the two.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's been items,
Oh,
largely.
magical items.
Yes, yes. The Lady Windflower has amassed quite a collection, and when you are in a position such as she is, she felt it only proper to display them as best as could be. So I helped her put together um, a sort of guided tour, if you will.
Oh, that's incredible. Um I would love to see your work if that's at all possible.
I would be happy to show it. If I did my work properly, then it will look a lot more polished than it is.
Oh, bless you. I'm sorry. I am quite talkative, it seems, tonight.
It's okay.
It's the bubbling.
Aye.
Ruby, what about you? I feel like you've been very quiet. We're not talking over you, are you? Are we?
No, I just am taking in the garish decor.
Garish. I think it looks
Yes.
rather lovely. What's the
No.
Ellington estate like?
Oh, it's much nicer. It's less sprawling. We don't need so much space to prove that we're worthy. It's lovely. It's bright and homey, and on the very edge is the most beautiful wood you've ever seen.
Wood, as in one like a forest?
Yes.
Ah.
So, question. You're in Ellington. That's like your family title.
Last name, yes.
And you're the best house in the area, rich like the Weathertops,
Yes, quite.
Then why are you sitting at our table all the way up here and not down with all the fancy schmucks down there who, look like they're actually important?
I have admittedly been wondering that myself.
It seems like quite the, I don't know, social slight or insult. I mean, I don't know political politics or anything, but
You're not wrong. The windflowers are impolite is the politest word I can think of to the
All of them?
Elephants. All but one of them.
All but one?
Yes, all but one.
Who is the one?
His name is Waylon.
Do you know him well?
Quite well.
Can I DM? How well?
scandal.
Roll insight.
Sure. $16.
16.
Do you want to message it to me or?
I'm thinking of how to word this. Ruby seems to be telling the truth and is very earnest about it.
Sure. Okay. Well, he sounds like a lucky person.
He is
to know
He
you.
is very wonderful. He is a testament to the detestable House of Windflower.
I can't say I ever met Waylon in my time here.
I'm sorry.
Is Waylon one of the youngest sons?
I believe so.
If I recall correctly, you are one of the youngest of your family too, aren't you?
The youngest, yes.
Sounds like a fitting match.
Can I insight this conversation and see if it's
Which part?
who I think just like the both of them.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 24?
24.
I'm rolling really well.
You are rolling very well. All right, so.
Oh, Ruby, are you quite all right? I have some things for cough.
Oh, I just need to drink a little bit. She takes a swig of the slightly smoking drink in front of her.
Ruby and Winter, if in this conversation, if you are being deceitful or being honest, roll either deception or persuasion and then message it to me privately. Against
Secrets.
The 24.
Chill, cash.
You can message it to me here.
I'm Piper. I know things, and I'm really nosy.
Apparently.
I'm really low to the ground. Okay.
You're not.
I'm gonna.
In life, I'm really low to the ground in life.
Oh, I messaged you on another thing.
Oh, on Discord, that's okay.
I'm gonna lean over to whisper to Shava, and then realize that Shava is much taller than me. So like, stage whisper, so it's louder, and now everyone can hear it. You ever go to like family reunion or something, and everyone's like, "Here's this person," and do you remember this person? You're just like, these are names, and like, you just have no idea who anyone's talking about.
Yes, very much so. I have an Aunt Ernestine, whom is supposedly the pride of the family, but I've never met once in my life. And I am now recognizing that that's not the point you're making here, but I understand what you're talking about, yes.
No, I mean, your Aunt Ernestine sounds very, Yeah, no, I have no idea who anyone's talking about. I've never even met a winter top. No, that's winter.
There's a winter
I
here
was
as well.
about to say, if
That's
you want it to be
winter.
more confusing, there is a winter windflower, but her name is spelled with a Y, and mine is like the season. Very confusing.
So Piper, with your 24,
Yes.
hard to read.
Okay, all
They
right.
seem to just be having a pleasant, aristocratic conversation.
I don't understand rich people.
You and me both.
I assure you, I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination.
But you could be rich. You just don't take the money.
You're a good person.
You're a good person.
No,
You're
I
rich.
do not.
You're rich in personality.
That is actually more important to me, so thank you. I take that as a very sincere compliment.
You're welcome. So, do you think? Are we just gonna drink? Or do you think there's gonna be dinner? What do you think the food is going to be like?
I imagine plates, like fancy plates, with like only like a sixth of the plate covered with food. Just like the smallest little fiddly foods, microgreens, that sort of.
Microgreens.
I mean, that's what rich people eat, right? Microgreens and like tartars of like raw.
Deconstructed.
Yeah.
What's a
While
tartare?
forgetting, of course, the tasteful crescent of sauce around the rim of the plate.
Yeah, they just. I mean, that's kind of. And I'm gonna drink some more. I'm gonna take a very, very large drink.
I would feel insulted if you were not correct about the windflowers. It shall undoubtedly only be maybe a fifth, maybe a sixth if they're very low on food. It will be a sixth with this tasteful splash of sauce.
I should say, do you expect we will see any here?
Sauce?
Windflower?
Windflowers.
Oh.
I'm sure we shall see some of both eventually.
Hope so.
I hope it gets saucy in here. I mean, it's hard to sell to the windflowers if the windflower who doesn't even show up to their own party.
You would be surprised.
I'm gonna get out of my chair and like drag it around and scoot in next to Piper and then like push whatever fancy table shit is on the table like away so there's an open space. Sell me something.
Okay. What do you need?
What do I need?
What do you feel is lacking?
Well, this is, I would say that if I were to spend some time with Shava, I would feel like I did not understand half the conversation, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, and that is a fairly common reaction.
I'm not good at the knowing of things.
Not good at the knowing of things. I see. I'm going to reach into my bag of holding and pull out all of my kits. And Quinn, you know what I mean. When I say all of my kits, I'm also shoving things out of the way. Okay, so I think maybe what you need is maybe some kind of goggles that can give you insight on different objects and things so that if you look at something, you know more. Goggles of insight.
Goggles of know what things are.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't know what things are, it's hard to talk about them. But if someone's talking to you about the things that they know and you can't say anything, well, then just flip it on them. Be like, hey, do you know about this thing? Because I do. And then you unload, and suddenly you are the smartest tiefling in the entire dinner party.
Well, that would be a remarkable first. Do you have goggles of smart?
I like that name. I'm going to keep it. It's much snappier than goggles of insight. That's so stuffy. And I'm going to start infusing an item, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Let me pull up how that works.
Can I just finagle this so I do an
Yes.
enhanced goggle situation?
Yes.
All right. I make enhanced goggles.
Okay.
Using. Oh, cool. I'll just touch goggles. I make goggles. I'll make goggles out of my. Oh God, what are all these kits? Proficiencies. I need proficiencies.
So many.
There's so many.
Piper's super handy.
Y'all, if you need something, let me know. It could be, I guess, a combo of leatherworking tools, and let's say jewelers. So like decks.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. I'm about it.
My goodness.
So, what do goggles of smart cost?
For you, my friend, we'll say this is beginner's price. If you need anything else, you know I'm your gnome. 3 gold.
Oh, well, that's a fucking bargain.
Great.
Jeez.
It's gonna go up steep, but you're my friend. We're at this dinner party together. We're having fun. That was an 18.
18.
No. Yes.
For which bit? Was that for the whole bit, or did you want to do?
Do you want to do two? Do you want to do two? Should we do what we did?
Yeah, we'll do one roll. So we'll say that roll was for the straps and for the like physical part, attachment part.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's definitely functional. Not quite as pretty as like a couple of imperfections, but like functional. And
I had to like get it so that it could fit over the horns, you know?
Yeah, some modifications, and then this will be for the actual infusement and such of the goggles.
Okay, are we doing also straight dex or arcana? Or
okay, we'll do one dex to make sure you can put them in,
Yep.
and then one arcana to make sure you can make them do the thing.
Okay, if it's arcana, then it is a 13 plus 8. 21?
You make them do the thing, but do they go in the thing?
Oh.
Will be dex.
20.
So many things.
You are rolling so well tonight.
Well, okay, the bad roll, I still have a plus 8 on.
Okay, touche. So you successfully somehow, just in the midst of this, it's still early in the night, obviously, so it's still kind of quiet, especially up where y'all are. But you were just tinkering away, your little tinker gnome self.
My elbows are fully spread on the table. I'm taking up as much room as my tiny 2-foot body can take.
Maybe one of your tools might break at some point, and you grab one of the expensive forks, and you use that.
Can I? I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No,
Could I gently touch her shoulder and cast guidance?
Go for it.
You get an extra d4 to roll to whatever you like.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Now you have that for the next time you want to build something.
All the time, all of the builds.
So in like 5 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
So you successfully build those goggles. And let's see, how do we infuse? Okay, so remind me how infused things work. Enhanced goggles would work.
I just touched them. Bum bum bum. Playing a class that none of. Oh, I have 3 infused item actions.
Okay.
Imbue it with one of my artificer infusions.
Spoilers.
Which is just I'm putting enhancements on goggles.
Okay.
What is happening? And I can attune to it. I don't want to attune it. Alright, so yeah, I just use up an infuse slot.
Okay.
And you now have the D&D equivalent of Google Glass.
I will say they have it has a limited number of charges, I would say.
Okay.
To be fair. Let's say 1d4 plus your wisdom per day. Fenris. We'll start it out at max. So what's your wisdom?
1.
So 5. You have 5 charges
Cool.
for the day. And
Goggles of Smart, 5 charges.
And also you can use them to look at one item or person. Does that sound fair to everybody? Yay, making things up on the spot. D&D.
D&D, you know, what's playing by the rules? We're here to have fun.
What are rules? I'm confused.
I immediately look at the spider.
Yeah,
With
good
Which
luck.
one?
The one on Piper's shoulder.
Okay. What specifically are you looking for?
I want to know what it is with my Goggles of Smart.
You see that it is a mechanical arachnid. Mechanical. It's made out of metal. It's very, very magic. And it's a bit too smart to be your average spider or construct.
Yeah, they're tricky little buggers, aren't they?
I think we should name that one Waylon. And this one Winter with a Y. And this one some other Weathertop. And
Weathertop.
Okay, we can name that one Weathertop.
Weathertop.
And Leathertop, fine.
No, Weathertop. We gotta stick with the W's. You can't just say it.
I said Weathertop.
I'm confirming Weathertop.
Weathertop. Waylon, Winter with the Y, and Weathertop, the spiders. Because they're clearly spying on us with the spiders. That's all. Yeah. Thanks for the Goggles of Smart.
You're welcome. Pleasure doing business. Come back if you need any other attunements or infusements.
I've just been staring at these goggles since the moment they were built, and just under my breath, goggles. Why didn't I think of goggles? Everything else but goggles.
Ruby just pulls out a pair of goggles that look like broken goggles of night. Would you like a pair?
No, thank you. While I was doing my work here at the manor, I tried a good number of vehicles for the enchantment, but I never thought of goggles. Goggles would have been such a simple idea.
That would have been brilliant. Would have brought some class to the establishment.
During this exchange, Winter, you hear a familiar voice in the back of your head. Go. Winter, can you meet me later? Maybe. If you're free, are you here? Did you make it here?
Yes, darling. I made it. I'll meet you wherever you want.
You get a very excited noise in reply, but no further information, assuming it will come later.
Very well.
Mhm.
Shava,
Yes.
so you catalog magical items. Do you also create them like Miss Piper here?
No, I've never been particularly good with things I can hold in my hands. I'm much better with the actual rules of magic. You know, once you understand how a formula works, then you can tinker with it, experiment around.
So book learning, spells of that nature.
Yes, along those lines.
Sure.
Again, you have to know what the rules are in order to be able to break them.
Of course. What is I'm quite nosy. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Certainly.
What is the most interesting item that you've seen in this estate? That you're willing and able to talk about.
Of course, of course. I do happen to recall. Actually, I found it interesting because I happen to possess something similar. There's a wand that can create any sort of magical effect. It's not something that you can control, not something you can choose, but just sort of the raw magical capability stored in a wand.
I think I've heard of something like that before in stories.
Yes, it's fascinating.
Wonderful.
I will be honest, I did quite wish to take it out and play with it. But
Would they not let you?
I decided, just in case something bad were to happen with it, it would be best if I did not. That's all right.
Fair.
I've had access to one before. It's just I'm so drawn to I'm not sure how to describe it. The ability to just siphon that sort of pure energy into whatever form it chooses to take. That's brilliant.
What would you do with that kind of power?
Well, good, hopefully.
I think everyone thinks they are doing good. Do you not?
I can't say I've thought of that.
No one considers themselves to be a villain.
I should certainly hope not, especially not with such a trove around. You make interesting points, Winter. Your insight is quite profound.
Oh, you flatter me, truly. Piper, what about you? What is your favorite, what do you call them? Are they inventions?
Yeah, I like to call them my friends.
That's I don't mean this in a belittling connotation, but that's quite adorable.
No, it's okay. I think all of my friends are adorable. Like these guys, they're not my friends, but they're super cute.
They are.
Winter, you would have noticed, but I don't think anyone else at the table would have, that the once inactive mechanical arachnid that Fenris had pushed over has been like kind of creeping around, just looking around the table. It's kind of chill.
I'll gently nudge Piper. Piper, I think your friend is on the move.
Oh, hello. Where are you going? What's it looking at? What's it doing?
Right now, it's just still kind of making the rounds, and it comes to sit in front of Shava, and it just kind of sits and kind of, points its stinger in ways that stingers do the point, and just kind of sits.
You've made a friend.
I think it likes you, Shava.
Oh, goody. Hello. And I just look down and wave shakily. Can I help you?
It kind of waggles its stinger at you in a non-threatening way.
I think it's a waving hello.
Give me a second. I'm gonna check something really quick.
Yeah, be careful with that, Shava. It's a spider. It likes to spy.
It's an arachnid. It's neither spider. Use your smart goggles.
No, it's a spider. It was
That was
really
very
bad
clever.
pun.
Oh, that's like my gargoyle.
Ah, that's good.
Wonderful puns, all.
That's excellent. And I just lean just a fraction of an inch closer to the arachnid, but I think I'm like getting all up in its face.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like? Can I help you with anything, or what do you want?
Make sure it doesn't bite you.
It's no. It's quite all right. You're quite safe. I assure you. I won't let it harm you.
And even if it does sting you or harm you, it doesn't really do anything.
You've nothing to be afraid of.
Want to borrow the goggles of smart and like give it a look-see? I mean, you strike me as like smart already, but magic smart?
No, I'll have a look. Thank you. I put on the goggles and I message the DM.
You cast message. Okay. Let's see. Where are you messaging?
Good God.
I have a spell for that.
There are lots of spells.
It's going to be in the Zoom chat. Give me a second to remember how this works.
Yeah, do your thing, Jelly Bean.
Can we, from where we're sitting, can we like see down below to like the other areas?
Oh, yeah. You can see so many of the things that I forgot to describe that part. It's so like the lower floor has that big open space specifically for, you can guess, the windflower crest to be visible. And then there are larger tables for what you assume are the other families. And Ruby, you would have probably noticed a couple of crests from like the Ashers and the Finches and maybe the Upwoods.
What's there lower?
Which one, Jono?
Sec.
Oh!
Yes. Cool.
But you do see it's all sorts of different tiers, but like, and it is all made of marble because of course, why wouldn't it be when you have more money than God, as they say? And you see all sorts of mixes of races and families and entities and who knows what else around you, with the little constructs with drink trays going around wherever, everything kind of looming underneath that massive window. So John, not your name is Shava. So you do that.
Yeah, I take a second and I examine thoroughly, and I take off the goggles and I give them back to Fenris. And looking at Piper, I say, these are quite a remarkable contraption. I really wish I had thought of something like this.
Thank you. Maybe we should go into business together.
I would be quite interested in that.
Because I'm not really good at organizing, but I like making things.
And
but my
I'm
workshop
not
is a mess.
making things, but I'm fairly decent at the preparations.
Fantastic.
DM question. Would I by any chance happen to have one of the badges I was working on with me, or did they like stay here?
They stay here. Anything you work on for the Windflowers stays here.
I figured, worth checking.
Unless you want to see if you swiped it.
No, I'm not going to.
Retroactively. Okay. I'm also writing your...
I'm gonna head over to like the balcony that kind of like looks down on all the people. Like, hey, Ruby, come
What?
here. Come
He
here.
walks over.
Do you know all those fancy? You know them, right?
Quite a bit, yes.
Which one would you describe as the biggest dick?
I don't know. TM, who would I say is the biggest dick? I don't remember.
Wait, I need clarification.
Yeah, which... Fenris, I'm going to need clarification on what you mean.
Yeah.
The biggest asshole.
There
Jerk.
we go. Okay.
Butthead.
Like, this is after dark and we are marked as mature. I just have to know.
Ruby has not seen that. She's a proper lady.
Mm-hmm. Who would you... you would make me a perception check. Please?
I'll use.
See
I'll
who you
use
can
the
actually
boy.
see.
Is the boy's gonna be nice to me now? The boy is an ass. Give me a second.
Where is the thing that I need at this moment in time?
6.
6. Okay. Nope, that's your family. Who isn't invited? That's your family's not here.
Yeah.
Let's see. You vaguely recall hearing that like there's one member of the Upwoods that you just had like a bad run-in with at a party once. You can't remember his name. You feel like it starts with a U and it's stupid. Because the houses are like that apparently.
Except for the Ellingtons.
Oh, I have things to tell you. So you just, it's one particular guy who's sitting, if you all are here, let's just say he's like over here, just generally. Down below, just some dude.
Yeah. Ruby just kind of points. You see that guy? That's Upton Upwood.
Upton Upwood. Oh, yeah. He sounds like... Yeah.
Yes.
How did you know?
Oh my god! You just picked the worst name!
Alright.
His name is Upton.
Piper, can I borrow like a piece of paper from your notebook?
I mean, you could just borrow a piece of paper, and I pull out like.
I just need like a little bit. I don't want to ruin like a good piece. Just like a little bit.
I give you one of my sheets of paper because my notebook is very special.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to disrespect the book. I'm gonna tear some of it off, crumple it up a little bit.
You could just throw him a bunch of spitballs. You don't need to. Okay.
Oh, that's true. We could do
You
this.
can do the whole sheet.
We can do this until I get caught, basically.
Fenris, make me a perception check, please.
Oh no, that's not going to be good. I am aware of nothing. I am aware of some things. That's an 18 plus 1, 19.
As you're looking in that direction, something else catches your eye. Past the table. Kind of, not quite in the shadows, but definitely not out. You can only make out a silhouette, but it is another tiefling. And it doesn't appear to be entirely corporeal.
This is a ghost of like tiefling's past or something. I will make me a little spitball. And I assume in fantasy times we don't have straws.
Here,
So
and I give you a small metal pipe.
that's perfect.
Because my name is Piper. I have lots of pipes.
Get out.
That makes sense.
You take 5 points of pun damage.
And I will aim at uppity uppers and fire. Spitball.
All right. Athletics or dex? Athletics or dex? I would say it's easy enough to get it down there, so let's go with dexterity to see if you hit your target.
Okay, so just straight dexterity.
All right, there are other things. Let me look.
Well, you can look all you want. That's a natural 1. So
Ooh, that doesn't bode well.
Oh,
I think that's great. We are
I'm
spreading
sure
the chaos.
Nothing bad is about to happen. That's a number. What person are you? So,
Good laugh.
So you take this metal pipe and you take aim, and you're very certain that you're going to hit your target. And then you kind of look up and see the weird non-corporeal tiefling again, and you get very distracted. And the straw, I think, kind of slips a little bit out of your mouth, and it doesn't even really leave the tier that you're on, and it goes directly into a bush, like a large kind of, what is it called? Greenery.
Apiary?
A nice green,
Some shrubbery.
some shrubbery.
Some shrubbery.
And
Shrubbery.
so you hit it with the spitball, and you just hear, ow.
Did that shrub just say ow?
Did I recognize that voice?
No.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah. You're bad.
Can I see who's talking?
Roll perception.
Is it a shrub? It's a 15.
That's high enough. You recognize this as an awakened shrub. That from its voice you can tell was probably napping. Or trying to.
So it is an awakened shrub. It's an awakened shrub.
Oh, sorry for waking it.
Yep.
Yep. I got nothing.
I mean, since you're awake, what's it like being a shrub that can talk? Does anyone talk to you?
No.
Do you want people to talk to you?
I don't know.
Do you want to come sit at our table?
I'm a shrub.
Like, is it in like a pot that could like be moved?
Yeah, it could be moved.
You could we could just like bring it.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the pot and bring the shrub over to the table and put it next to Shava.
Watch the fronds.
I'm so sorry.
When the shrub gets over to me, I think I try to like shake a leaf or a branch or something. Just, I'm Shava.
Are you mocking me?
No, I was greeting you.
My name is Wanderer.
That would make sense given the general naming theme here.
Yep, they like their W's here.
And their F's.
I feel like it's a little mean to name a shrub that can't move wanderer.
Yep.
Oh.
Sure is.
Piper. Piper.
Makes sense.
Yes,
Piper.
yes.
Can you make wheels?
Hey, DM.
Hey, Piper.
Oh gosh, you guys are gonna be. I'm gonna do it. Can I make can I make a boot of the winding path, but like a plant cozy?
Okay, you want to... What do you want to make?
I want to make a boot of the winding path.
Let me look up what that does.
It is while wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space the creature can see. But instead of boots, it's just like a giant plant cozy.
This is not what I anticipated for Wanderer. My secret favorite NPC. Can you do that as a... I would say...
Woo.
Okay, considering that there's enchanting and you have to construct it and also enchant it or infuse it, artificer. I would say that you, given its size, I would say you definitely can't do it in one sitting.
I'm gonna try.
You can certainly start it.
I help her.
I will also help.
I will go back to shooting spitballs.
I'm gonna have to... All right, there are about to be so many rolls.
I don't understand magic.
I will direct Fenris.
I have guidance.
You do have guidance. No. Question. Have you asked Wanderer if they want this?
Hey, Wander, how do you feel about being able to wander?
Why would I do that?
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I'm up here.
Yeah, but what if someone spits a spitball into you and you go, ow, and you could have just easily, moved out of the way?
What if I didn't see... I mean, I wouldn't have seen the spitball because my eyes were closed, so I couldn't have moved anyway.
Do you have eyes?
Yeah.
Where?
They're up here.
Where are they?
Make a perception check.
17.
You know... Do awaken strips in my universe do that? No, they don't in my universe. I can just see. You can kind of see what looks like the markings of what might be eyes, like you would see on a moth or something.
Is it like all of this stuff?
Yep, those are my eyes. You found them. Congratulations.
What's your color vision like? Are you color blind? This is insensitive.
Hey,
I should
Wander.
stop asking questions.
Hey, Wander, wouldn't you love to be able to wander out of situations just like this? Isn't this a great moment to wander away?
Are you insinuating that I should leave?
No, you're welcome to stay, but he's going to keep asking you questions and touching your eyeballs.
I wasn't touching. I was miming around.
He's going to keep miming your eyeballs.
I think I did touch your eyeball earlier, and for that I do apologize.
You did. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
You don't want to know what my next question is going to be. So
Probably not.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, even if I could move, like, where am I gonna go?
I'm sure you have other awakened shrub bush friends that you could be asleep and awakened together.
Why would I want that?
Because it's not here.
You could go to Vegas.
What's a Vegas?
You know, like, do you play cards? Do you know how to gamble?
I don't have hands.
Well, then, maybe not cards. I bet you could figure out a slot machine. They're
What's
not
that?
things.
You still need to have hands, Fenris.
Oh, leaves.
They don't work like that.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like to go outside?
Outside's gross. I've been there. I've been plenty of places.
Is that why your name is Wander?
Probably.
They just carried a shrub from place to place?
I mean, they had to get me up here, so like I've been downstairs, I've been on the floor under that, I've been on the main floor, been in that one room with all the magic items, been in that one utility closet, been in that library.
Why were you in the utility closet?
There's like stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to like guard it for a little bit.
what's in the utility closet?
I don't really know. Human stuff.
Do you guard things often?
No.
Do you
guarding
like
something
guarding?
now?
Are you good at it?
I mean I can see things.
So when you guard something, do you just keep watch?
Yeah, and then if someone comes by who's not supposed to, I just say, hey, no.
Yes, that would work on me.
Yeah, I figured.
Do you have a favorite place you've been?
Library is pretty nice.
Wouldn't you like to go to the library again?
Nah,
Well, it must not be that nice.
I already been there.
So you want to go to places you haven't been to?
Yes.
Teleporting boobs.
I don't have feet.
Teleporting pots cozy.
How do I make it teleport?
You just look and you want to be there.
But like, what if I'm facing a wall and I want to go somewhere else and I can't see it because I can't turn around?
Are you telling me you don't have 360-degree vision?
Do I look like I have 360-degree vision?
You're a
bit,
plant.
yes.
Yes. Are you telling me that if we wanted to sneak past you and you were guarding something, we would just have to walk behind you?
Yeah, that's why they put me really close to it.
What was it?
I don't know, some human thing.
Was it like a human thing that you put on your feet? Was it like a human thing you put on your head? Was it like a human thing you put around your neck? Was it like a human thing you put on your hands?
I don't know, it was behind me, so I couldn't see it. They just said, hey, don't let anybody touch that. I was like, okay.
But I, for one, am quite curious.
Okay.
Do you remember anything about it?
It felt like an item.
Was it a soft item? Was it a hard item? Was it a squishy item?
Was it big or small?
It was.
How do you know
there.
what an item is anyway if you don't know what it looks like? What is an item, really? There's no such thing as an item.
I mean, that like fork is an item.
Yeah, but it's also a fork. It's not just an item.
Yeah, but I couldn't see it, so I just knew it was an item.
You just assumed, so you don't actually know if it was an item.
No, I guess not.
Could have been a person.
Was it a person?
I mean, it didn't move.
Was it a dead person?
Sometimes people don't move.
Hey, Horns,
Ah,
can you put me back?
yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Go put the plant back.
See what the teleporting plant cozy. You wouldn't need to ask Fenris.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go.
Well, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're just gonna be taken somewhere.
Can you turn me around this time, too?
You don't want to look at us anymore?
No.
Wait,
Okay.
how do you hear?
What do you want to look at? Just like slowly turn the plant 360 degrees till it tells me to stop.
There, I like the window.
Okay, there you go.
There's other dumb plants out there. I'm a smart plant in here. Serves
A
them
very
right.
smart plant.
Yeah.
No, a smart plant would take a teleporting plant, Cozy.
I'll
just have to try harder.
I'm gonna go fire another spitball and try not to hit you this time. So.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Wow,
Fenris.
what a party.
I'm really curious about this thing in the utility closet that someone asked a plant to guard.
I'm really curious about this room of magic items. Shava, do you think that we could, I don't know, go take a
It's
peek?
fascinating.
I'm curious.
It'd be
I
fantastic.
would hate to impose. I don't live here. But it would be an excellent opportunity for me to go over my work one more time and ensure that everything is running smoothly.
Of course. I'm curious, how do we get here from? Is it close by? Would it be terribly inconvenient for us to just stop by and go look?
Well, we would have to leave the hall. And I feel, given the constructs roaming, we may be a bit conspicuous. But yeah, you just go through that door, and then I proceed to give a general idea of where it is.
How far? How many minutes would it take us to get there? DM and or Shadow?
Well, this is a large estate. The hall we're in right now, to the best of my ability, I begin to explain where things are in relation to each other based upon what I know. And I would say it's about a amount of minutes.
Shava, you would no, not gonna say that. That's a secret.
Cool.
Rubes, do you need something? I thought I heard my name.
Just something I was wondering.
Yeah.
So we've named all of the lovely arachnids, Wayland and Weathertop and Winter. Which one precisely is this one?
Oh, that's right.
Is that one mine?
No, this is mine.
That's Ruby's. Ruby has one. It's been sleeping.
Perhaps that one should be Wayland, since you are fond of him.
I perhaps thought of that as well.
All right, so that one's Wayland. So then this one is Wayland Jr.
No, that one's Wayland with one N, and this is Wayland with two N's.
That's going to get so confusing.
It's already confusing.
I mean, we've already got two Winters.
Can you honestly tell them apart? I mean, I can tell them apart because this one's my favorite. This is Weathertop.
It's very easy to tell the Winters apart.
I mean, yeah, that Winter and this Winter, but I don't know what the other Winter. I guess there's 3 Winters now.
So one's Wayland with one N and one's Wayland with two N's.
And one's not a mechanical arachnid.
There are 3 Waylands.
That's 3 Waylands.
Maybe.
Waylands and 3 Winters.
Maybe we should name one Wayland with 2 N's, one Wayland with 3 N's, and a Wayland Prime be Wayland with 1 N. That makes the most sense to me.
Clear.
Which Wayland is Ruby having secret scandal with? Wayland Prime?
Wayland Prime.
Oh, you admit it. Cool. I like that.
I do not deny it.
It's not that much of a secret then.
Have you known each other long? I'm sorry, I'm such a sucker for a love story.
This is only a scandal in that reasons. You are the only ones who know. And I suppose Wanderer, but I don't think he gives a fuck.
Yeah, Wanderer's cool.
Wanderer's cool. It's been a few months.
Your feelings reciprocated.
Unless he has lied to me.
Well, that's beautiful.
I'm going to loudly lean over, or not loudly, I'm going to quietly lean over to Fenris and just whisper, I think Winter knows Waylon pretty well, too.
Why do you think that?
I've just heard things.
Oh. Well, shit. I feel like oh. Well, shit. I feel like
Are you both trying to be sneaky at the same table?
I mean, I wasn't until I got shushed.
Piper, roll the be quiet one, stealth.
Roll the be quiet roll.
The be quiet one.
I mean.
I need to take a picture of this because no one will believe me. It's a nat 20.
What?
I'm just gonna casually take a picture of this. Haven't touched it. Total for 22, but it's still a nat 20.
I can't. Well, okay, so your initial whisper, everyone is distracted with something else. Winter and Ruby are probably just staring each other down for some reason that no one can possibly comprehend.
I'm smiling.
Yeah, that's still staring. Fenris.
Yeah.
How much do you say before you get shooshed?
Why do you think that I did not shush? And then what did I say next? Well, shit. I said really loud, and then I got shushed. So nothing incriminating.
Okay. No, just okay. So you're fine for now. Proceed.
I would whisper this to Shava too, but their height difference makes it quite impossible.
I mean, I could like.
I've seen you try to whisper to her, it doesn't work out.
I know, but like with both of our heights combined, we'd be close.
I feel like it'd be really conspicuous if you lifted me up to whisper something in Shava's ear.
I mean, yeah, and Shava's got noticeably large ears, so you know.
Any of this, do I?
Yeah, that's actually right.
Roll perception.
This is gonna go great, you guys. Y'all.
We're all so perceptive.
Well, one of you is.
9.
Ooh.
9.
I like that deadpan at the camera. 9.
No. You still have that arachnid like sitting and like dead set on you.
Yeah, that's got my focus then.
Yeah. Actually, by this point, how close is your trunk to the table?
It's gotten further away since that thing got closer to me.
How far would you say?
Just kind of curling around a little bit. You know, like how in 80s movies people hold their arms to show that they're awkward and uncomfortable. It's that, but with my arm and also my trunk.
Okay. Well, it got a natural 20. So, as this conversation about whether or not you should be whispered to happens, your little arachnid buddy makes a leap off the table, doesn't quite make it to your trunk because tall, lands kind of on your abdomen area, doesn't hurt, doesn't sting. You do feel just like little as it climbs up, and eventually it's gonna kind of poke at your trunk. Not threateningly, but
I just lean back down. What do you want? I
Shava!
will give you thing.
Shava. Oh dear, no. It's all right, darling. Would you like me to help you?
Yes, please.
I will gingerly walk over and hold out my hand for the arachnid. Now, come here, darling. Come here.
Roll persuasion.
Happily.
I know that sounds weird, but trust me.
So that's a 18, so an even 30.
It physically can't roll higher than actually. No, it can't. No, it can't. So I had to run like 3 different number tables. So it just kind of. It almost seems to like deflate a little bit, and then just like slowly, like almost defeatedly. If a mechanical arachnid could look defeated, it would crumb like casually, tippy toe, down to you looking defeated.
Come here. You know, some people don't like it when you jump on them, but it's all right.
It waggles its stinger kind of frantically.
All right, darling. It's all right. Now come just here. Come here. Come with me. Sit on my shoulder.
And Shava, as Winter kind of walks away, you hear a familiar voice in the back of your head of, "Psst, are you here? Where are you sitting? Tell me where you're sitting."
And I just respond back, I'm on, did you say it was an upper level,
Yeah.
a balcony?
Yeah, say, I'm not going to tell you what to say.
The mezzanine, if it were.
Yeah, yes.
I'm up on the mezzanine, if it were. I'm with a couple of interesting folk. There's a pink-haired gnome that might stand out. Use her as a landmark.
Just quiet for a little bit. It's quiet. And then
if it's still quiet, I'm just gonna stand up for a moment and stretch.
Performance check.
For standing. No.
And better.
So you stand and
did you want me to make that roll?
No, I didn't yell it. Jesse, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed.
That's okay.
Which is great because it would have been a 5. So
you fall down the mezzanine. That would not be good for anyone involved. You are a Loxodon.
Yes.
You stand and you hear a very familiar giggle in the back of your head. And a robot butler, sort of. I keep calling them robot butlers. That's just what they look like in my brain. They're technically like very advanced constructs. They're robot butlers, I guess. Just kind of very hurriedly with purpose, kind of zooms over to you with something on a tray that appears to be wrapped. It's not huge, but it's not small either. That was really great description. You can't quite tell what it is based on the shape.
Okay.
But it's very well wrapped. There's a ribbon around it. And the construct just kind of presents itself to you. You're still standing, yes?
Yes, I'm also making just a little bit of a show of, just twisting as if my back is being weird. It's not good, nor should it be, I think.
For Miss Shava, yes. And just kind of offers the tray to you.
Why, thank you. And I just kind of grab the thing.
Shava, what is
sit
this?
back. I truly Haven't the slightest.
And the construct, having delivered its package, just kind of yeets out. So you have a mysterious package in front of you. Well, in your hands. Shava, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm dying to know what it is.
Suppose I should open it, shouldn't I? And I do. I imagine in my brain that there's like a little ribbon tied across it, so just awkward. Pull the ribbon, peek.
You see a box. Closed box. It's pretty simple looking. Closed.
Is it a wooden box?
It is actually a wooden box. But it's not shaped like I am a box. That's how boxes talk, apparently. Awaken box is next, everyone. He's like, I don't know, they put stuff here. Awakened crate. The package was oddly shaped, but the box seems fine. But then if you look away for a second, the box seems slightly warped into the different places. It's a very odd box.
That's a very odd box.
It is a rather odd box. Let's have a look, shall we? And I just attempt to open it somehow.
Okay. You open the box. And how do I describe it? You're fairly sure, well, you were fairly sure where it came from, but now you have reason to believe it may have come from someone else. I didn't say which familiar voice asked where you were sitting.
No, you sure didn't.
I'm trying to figure out how to describe it in a way that makes sense. There is an amulet with markings similar to what you've seen that are unique, if you catch my drift. Secrets. But a note with someone else's handwriting that says, I see you and I know. And with that, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
So we are going to take a bio break. Everyone watching, please take care of yourselves, get water, stretch, move about. We'll take about 10-ish minutes. Go be a person or what have you. So thanks for watching thus far. Ooh, welcome back to session 1 of A Velvet Soiree, where we have just a nice normal dinner party in the richest house in the realm, and nothing bad will ever happen to anyone ever. For instance, Shava has just received a present that is not at all threatening whatsoever. So let's just dive right back into that scene, shall we?
Sure. Yeah, I open the box, I see the amulet, I read the note, and I think acting as normal as possible, I take the amulet and I put it on, and I slide the note into my bag.
Okay.
Shava, darling, what was that about? I'm dreadfully curious.
It was just a present. It seems that one of the windflowers recognized, rather remembered, and wished to just provide a small token of their gratitude. I take it means that all of my work went well then. Oh, I am so excited to show it all off to you.
I cannot wait to see
it. It looks real good.
Thank you.
Probably.
That's secrets. Hello. let me tell Shava what it does. Not that, I mean, it doesn't do anything.
No, not at all. Totally.
Why would I give it to her? You want to what to it? Okay. Go ahead and roll. This one contact is bothering me so much. How high was it? It's definitely magical. It's strange. That's what you get. Yes.
Yes, it is. I really ought to recognize this rune. I'm a bit embarrassed that I don't.
Do I recognize it?
You can certainly roll Arcana for me, if you would like.
Oh, okay. That is a 21.
Ooh, 21. You haven't seen. It's like, because magic is like a language and it can be written in different like dialects, like abyssal or celestial or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is some weird combination of languages that you haven't seen before. And you're able to pinpoint that that's a really weird thing. Then
I will cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Let me check to see if a thing will do a thing. Because I don't know if it works like this. So you cast Comprehend Languages, and while you're doing that, what would people like to do?
I still have not shot a spitball successfly.
Okay.
So I would like to attempt that again, please.
Okay, what's your target?
Mr. Uppity Up.
The same one?
Yeah, Mr. Uppy Uppiton.
Okay, go ahead and roll Dex.
That's better. That's 24.
You manage to, I'm sorry, I'm multitasking. You manage to oh, okay. Winter, your thing is a thing. So you succeed to, it's brilliant, really, Fenris. As Mr. Uppity Up is about to take a drink of his drink, you manage to time it so perfectly so that spitball goes directly into it, and then you watch him take a drink and proceed to cough and appear to start choking on the spitball, with making a bit of a scene, bit of a commotion, with some hitting on the table. It's not that big. You're pretty sure that this guy is just being dramatic. Yeah, because he's still making noise, and you know that if they're making noise, they're not actually choking. So there's a big commotion over there, and people appear to be looking around for the culprit, but you're too far away.
I duck.
You're too far away for them.
I duck
Ruby does not
anyway
duck.
because I'm not subtle.
Valid. Okay. Winter. You cast Comprehend Languages. Roll me an intelligence check, please.
Oh, Lord. That's actually not terrible. Oh, a 17.
Okay, let me double check something.
Now, Shava, I know a thing or two about arcane. I'm sure not nearly as accomplished as you are, but sometimes I do know things.
Oh, please, I'm sure if the rest of the night is to be any indication, the things that you know are also paired with a great understanding of what they mean.
You flatter me again.
So, even with Comprehend Languages up, you are unable to decipher what it says.
Well, you know, I'm afraid I'm actually no use either.
I'm sure it's in one of my books somewhere. This is really quite embarrassing.
I'll take a look.
Come to me late tonight, I'm sure.
Can I look at the thingy on Shava?
Fenris.
Oh,
It's his Fenris, right?
Yeah. And gonna look at the amulet, if I'm allowed.
yes. Sorry. Yes, here.
With the goggles, or are you just looking at
No, I'm just looking at it.
Okay, you see you see an amulet. It looks it has the windflower colors, and there is an arcane glyph of some sort that seems to it's almost raised from the amulet itself, but it's not quite, almost like, and you could take an etching from it if you wanted. It's real pretty. Looks real expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Oh. Maybe you should I mean you're welcome to keep wearing it, but if you don't know who it's from or what it means, I wouldn't necessarily keep that on. That's whew. Well, good luck.
It is quite nice.
Can I look at it again?
I have no idea what it is.
I do either.
Can I look at it? Oh gosh, my voice.
I'm just gonna, at this point, I'm just gonna like undo the cord and just place it on the table.
All right, this time I want to do a history check on it.
Okay, go for it. What type of history are we thinking?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess maybe the rune, just to like figure it out. That is a 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23. Looking at this rune, you...
Have I seen it before?
No. You have not.
Okay.
But you are able to recognize, and you remember, obviously, from your work, that creating different glyphs and symbols and such from scratch is obviously possible, as you do it on the reg. You think maybe that could be what's at work here, but you have no idea what kind of magic, why it looks the way it is. It's weird, and people know how to do that.
I'm gonna hand it back to Shava. Everyone in this family I feel like everyone in this family can do really fancy magic that doesn't make any sense kind of magic, and I'm a little jealous and also very frustrated.
That's like the whole history of my existence with like all magic, so
Piper, I wouldn't discount your own abilities such that way. I think that what you do is quite special and extraordinary, really.
Thank you, Winter.
I'm very intrigued by how you're able to do what you do. I was never able to quite get the knack for it.
My family doesn't understand either, but I just like building things.
We all have our talents. What about you, Ruby? What do you like to do?
Oh, love this, love that. Puts her hand up and it just wreaths itself in flames. I love this.
That's a practitioner of the arcane, then?
Yes.
Fascinating. Are you studied or is it inherent?
Inherent.
What a blessing.
Yes.
So what, you got dragon scales on your head?
Ancestor was a dragon, yes.
How's that work?
Well, from what I've found in the old archives, I believe it was 10 generations ago, one of my ancestors went on an adventure, found a dragon's lair, and 9 months later, had my ancestor.
That's a adventurous ancestor.
Wow. Yeah.
They've granted me my magic, so.
I mean,
we're very lucky for you to be born in such a, not only a wealthy family, but it seems like a magically gifted one as well.
Very, very gifted.
Does the wealth come from like the magically gifted or from like the, related to dragons, so you just like hoard gold?
Is it your dragon hoard?
Yeah. Is that like related?
Yes, our home is kind of our dragon hoard. But magic has not really entered the trade much, as far as I have been informed.
And what do you trade in?
Everything.
No, everything is very, very large spectrum and doesn't always include actually everything. So, like, what part of everything?
Check. Primarily trading and export.
Ooh.
Exporting what?
As far as I'm aware, just about anything.
Again.
Including humans or humanoids? Are we including the slave trade here?
I think just objects.
Okay.
I believe just objects.
There's no such thing. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I ask again. Does your anything include anything? Or just like anything?
As far as I've been informed, it is we can find, trade, and export just about any object you could possibly need and get it to just about anywhere you need it to be.
Do you sell illegal shit? That's what I'm asking.
She can't just tell you.
Oh, she could.
I'm also not aware.
Oh.
Are you not involved in the family business then?
I'm the youngest child. It's not very necessary for me to have much knowledge of the family business.
How old are you?
Piper, one generally
25.
Just ask someone how old they are.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I'm very small and people think I'm much younger than I am, and so...
Piper, do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
I am 29.
Oh, and how is that work in gnomish culture?
Is 29 like human 29, or is it more like human 50?
No. It's like human 29. If I said my name, everyone would be confused. So I just stick with a basic number that everyone can understand. I'm 29.
Mm.
So you are older than me.
Yes.
You know, it's weird that we base our age off of like the human 100 because, like, I don't know. You and I point to Winter. I mean, you probably live like 300, 400, 1,000 odd years.
No, not quite.
No. I'm just saying, why is human the standard for normal? I mean,
Probably because they are the most populous race, and they also have a tendency to take everything over.
There we, yeah.
I was also thinking maybe it's because they have a pretty short lifespan, and so it's really easy to just compact it down into a smaller number versus saying, like, oh, I'm 100 and something years old. That's actually blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of words.
Although, now that I think about it, orcs and goblins and those creatures, they don't live quite nearly as long as humans. Perhaps humans are just in the middle.
Averages.
100's a good number. That's true. 100 is like what if your system was like 320? Like, that's a weird random high. Why not just like 0 to 100? That just makes so much more sense.
It does.
Yes,
Why
I'm a fan of the
measure
metric
that?
system as well.
If we're going to base everything off of one race, yes, it's probably best to use the round number.
As you have this conversation, one of the constructs with the trays comes around again. Drinks? Anyone? Refills?
Oh, me.
Drinks?
I put an
Bubbly!
empty
Please.
bottle.
One more dark and stormy, please.
Yes, of course. Very well.
One more entire bottle of this, please.
Yes, of course.
The entire bottle?
And it'll take all of your glassware, and again, the same kind of rotating whoosh and surprise beverages. Sets the tray at the middle of the table, as before, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I believe the family will be down shortly. Kind of pieces.
Yeah.
Well,
Piper, you make things, I drink things.
Cheers to that.
I wonder if I can make you a drink. I wonder if I can make you a thing that could hold the drink that never runs out of the drink.
That would be very useful, and I'm fairly certain it would be confiscated from me because I would misuse it a lot. All the time.
But once I know how to make it, I can make it forever. Piper scribbles something in her notebook.
So, Ruby, if you don't engage in the family trade, then what do you do with all of your spare time?
Read, going on short adventures. Just kind of lounge around the house, being a lazy rich person.
I see.
Yes.
Well, at least you own up to it.
What else is there for me to do? I'm
very
the youngest child of a second house.
I thought you were the first house.
We are the second most wealthy house.
But you're the best house.
Exactly.
I see.
You ever go anywhere and like spend your disposable allowance on like entertainment? You go to the theater or like
Yes, I quite enjoy the theater.
what about the less fancy entertainments? Do you ever go to like chariot races or gladiator fights or anything like that?
Never really found enjoyment in that kind of physical arts. Others, though, can be quite enjoyable.
Well, if you're ever interested in exploring the fine art of fighting for money, let me know. I'll hook you up with some like courtside tickets.
Wonderful.
Fenris,
We'll
is that what
gladly
you
let
do?
you know.
That's what I did for like a while. It was, I don't know, I don't want to say like famous for it, but I was good.
I believe that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I punched people for money and people paid me to do it and people came and watched me do it. So it's not something you brag about, really.
We all have our skills. I don't mean that patronizingly. I'm quite
No. It wasn't patronizing at all.
You seem like you've been patronized.
It's fine.
I'm sure you were quite the sight to see, Fenris. What made you quit doing it?
Oh, well, I did it to make money, and then I had money, so then I didn't need to do it anymore because I had the money I needed.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, there are jobs you can do to make money where you can just like keep doing them, but when the job that you do to make money is the type of job that might kill you, when you have the money, you kind of just stop because of the might kill you factor.
Of course.
Fenris,
Hmm.
make a perception check for me.
Oh no. Oh yes, 18.
18, good D. So, as you say that last bit, about being killed and such, you look up and just to the side of Winter is the face of what appears to be a ghostly tiefling, staring at you.
Does it look like a familiar ghostly tiefling?
No.
Hey, Winter.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I point behind you.
Do I see anything?
No.
I think that's another shrub, actually.
Should we wake that one up too?
Oh no, I think not.
I'm gonna go talk to the shrub. Just gonna go talk to the shrub.
Okay.
Get up and move, and I'm going to deliberately walk through the ghost if I can.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. 6.
Uh-oh.
You start to you realize as you stand that it's about your height, although with the horns it's technically taller with the horns, but everyone knows the horns don't really count. But they also kind of do.
Horns are very important.
They're very important, and they're very big. And her eyes, her eyes are just fixated on you, and as you make contact, you freeze. As your entire body, your blood feels like it turns to ice. And it's like someone has knocked the wind out of you in the ring. As if you yourself had come close to death in that moment.
Fenris, are you all right?
I think I've had too much to drink.
Why don't you come have a sit?
I still want to talk to the shrub, though.
I think maybe in a minute.
I'm gonna go talk to the shrub, and I'm going to sidestep around the ghost, trying to keep eye contact with it, and then move towards the shrub.
Okay.
See if it comes with me.
She turns with you, so you can't really escape her gaze. You still feel that cold. You don't take any damage, but like it's not pleasant. In the slightest. Yeah, you feel like you can almost see your breath. It's so cold suddenly. And you see her now that you've been closer, seeming to say the same word over and over again, but you can't make it out. But you do make it over to the shrub. Would you like to poke it?
I mean, I don't actually care for the shrub. I just wanted to talk to it and have them think I was talking to the shrub.
Valid. Okay.
But I will say to the shrub, hey, if you are an awake shrub, I hope you're not a gossipy one, because that would suck.
Hey, no, I'm not a gossipy one, but since you're here, what's your name? My name is Wendy. I don't get a lot of visitors.
Hey, Wendy, do you know Wanderer?
Yeah, everyone knows Wanderer.
You want to go hang out with Wanderer?
Wanderer doesn't like us. Wanderer thinks that they're better than all the rest of us shrubs. Just because I haven't been down there, I haven't been to the library or outside. That doesn't make me a lesser shrub.
Wendy, and just turn them away from me.
Hey, what are you doing?
They can't see me anymore.
Hey, where'd you go? What's that? Where?
Is the ghosty nearby?
Hello?
Yes.
She. What? I thought okay. Maybe come back later. You promise?
If you're quiet now, I promise that my friend will make you a teleportation pocket.
Teleportation.
But quiet now.
That's so fancy. But okay. And the ghost is still there.
Hello,
Fenris,
ghost.
you doing okay?
Yep, just talking to Wendy, the plant.
I thought I was supposed to be quiet.
You are.
Okay. Oh, so...
Hi, ghost person. Do you want something from me?
She just stands there and looks at you.
Okay.
Mouthing the same word over and over and over.
You think you could, got closed captioning on yourself, or maybe speak up a little bit?
Sorry, that really got me. She doesn't get louder, but she does seem to... Things start to get colder around you. And Winter, you with your fucking passive would feel it, but would not be able to find the source. You would just notice...
It's in here, isn't it?
Fenris,
go ahead.
Make me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
Wear your goggles.
That's an 11.
That's a high enough for the DC. You get the feeling that the only way to figure out what this ghostly tiefling is saying is to get as close as you were before and really listen.
This is gonna fucking suck. All right. I will try to walk into the ghost again. But, like, prepared.
Okay.
Mentally.
I was like, how do you... Okay.
I gird my loins.
What do I roll for gird loins? So you approach her and roll me a con save?
Yep. Where'd my D20 go? That's better. That's 19.
19. Okay. What was your last one?
Much lower than that.
It was like a 6? It was a 6. Okay. I was like, what did I set the DC for? So again, you feel that iciness, but it doesn't, like, you braced for it this time. You know it's coming. And at this point, it's almost like you're not stuck in front of her. You're like phased halfway through. And you hear her whispering, "He's back, it's dangerous, it's back, it's dangerous, he's back, he's dangerous, he's back, he's dangerous," over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay. Clarifying question, who?
Doesn't change. Same thing.
Okay. Is there anything I can ask you that will change what you're saying into something that actually makes sense?
Roll me straight charisma.
Ooh. Yeah. 3.
She does not change.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know, creepy ghost tiefling woman that, I guess decided to talk to me, because, I guess all tieflings know each other. Alright, well, I'm just gonna kind of squeeze past you and, push my way through her and go back to the table.
As you make your way to the other side of her, you hear very softly, "Winifred." And then the same cadence resumes. And she just stands. She's not staring at you anymore. She's staring off towards Wendy now, the shrub. Just having this loop.
I will go back to the table.
Okay. At the table, what would we have been doing while Fenris is off talking to Wendy?
I think I've probably been attempting to talk shop with Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing super specific. Just how is it to me then, if I may? I see you use a lot of tools in your work. How are you able to create enchantments without using a specific focus?
I mean, you could argue that my friends, as in the things I'm making, are my focus, but I just feel the flow of magic and I imbue it into the things that I make.
That is absolutely fascinating.
Here, I can show you. And with my tinker's tools, I want to... which is not an arcane or not an artificer thing. I want to make a little clockwork. What's your favorite animal?
Owl.
I want to make a little clockwork owl.
Oh.
Okay. And after making the thing, you still have materials to do that? Yeah?
I'm assuming, I have Tinker's tools, and that's just part of the Tinker's tools kit to be able to make things, small clockwork things.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to make just, little Tinker little owl.
Okay. 1 dex check.
Okay.
Because it's simple. Unless you want to make it fancy, and then we do 2.
No, it's fine.
I'll guide you.
Okay. I still have that 1d4. I'm using it. I'm gonna need that d4. 9, 10, 11. Plus double that. 19.
Yep, you make a little clockwork owl.
And then I'm going to use my magical tinkering to imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, which is going to be it's going to I'm gonna imbue it to hoot like an owl. And that's I don't know if I have to roll. It's just
You just do that.
I can affect a maximum of 4 objects at a time. So
Okay, there you go. You have a hooting clockwork owl. Now just kind of.
And I give it to Shava.
Oh, thank you. That's
just a little thing that I can make. That's nothing. That's like I like to make these in my spare time. It keeps my fingers limber.
If the pliers and the hammer and the tools you're using function as your wand or staff or components. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah. That's what I like the sound of that. But yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to make things and I like to help people and I like to make people happy.
It's very lovely. You did a wonderful job, and I just kind of gingerly pat the owl on its little clockwork head.
It hoots.
You have such a good heart, River. Piper.
Did you just call me River?
I'm sorry, I have a friend named River, and I got the names mixed up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, water goes through pipes and water goes through rivers.
Question for the group. How much alcohol have we imbibed tonight?
1
2
glass.
drinks. 1 glass.
I have had 2 bubblies.
2 bubblies.
I have had 2 full bottles of hard liquor.
Yep.
From my tankard.
Yes. Okay, we're not to con saves quite yet.
Fenris is not at a con save.
Nope.
Wonderful.
So I assume at this point, Fenris, you would make your way back to the table if that's where you're headed?
Yes, and I actually would go back to the table. I would take my tankard. I would grab an empty cup from the table, and I would pour the drink out of the tankard and drink it from the cup.
Talkative shrub?
Was it
Yeah, windy. Once a teleporting plant pot.
It
also
does.
says wanderer's an asshole, so
I knew it.
some plants do want to,
Wonder.
Yeah.
I guess I can make her. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Okay, yep. Alright. Would you like to see me do it? Do some big magic, Shava? I'd like to see me do some big magic.
Absolutely love to watch you do that.
Hey, Ruby.
Yes?
Do you know the names of all the Waldorfs?
I know an amount of their names.
Is there a Winifred?
Well, I believe so.
Is she perchance dead?
I don't think so.
Does she kill people?
She's a wall. She's a windflower. So I don't think so, but I'm not really up to date on what they do or do not do.
Okay. Well, if you see her, let me know. I'd love to give her a spitball, or hit her with a spitball. Not give her a spitball. That sounds, that's not what I meant. I'd like to, just point her out.
If I see her, I will gladly point her out. She could probably use a couple spitballs.
What's wrong with her?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea who she is.
she cruel or?
It's a windflower.
And
Well, I'm sure if Fenris was at a party with the Ellingtons, I would get a couple because nobility.
I mean,
someone as noble does not mean that they are not worthy or worthy. One is not born into goodness. That comes from within. It comes from what you do, not who you are.
Well, yes, but
So what makes Winifred a terrible person?
she may not be a terrible person. She may be one of the best people around. I have no actual idea. She may deserve a spitball. She may not. I actually don't know her. I vaguely recall that there's probably at least one windflower named Winifred, so I assume there is one.
It is a W name and they are fond of them.
Exactly.
F's. Do you think they hire guards only because their name starts with an F, or do they rename them after they're hired?
Given the
Perhaps
practices of nobility, probably the first.
What if they were secret code names?
My name starts with F.
Maybe you'll be their next hire.
I feel like Frank is a pretty boring secret code word name.
But that's what makes it perfect. If your secret code word name was like Scarlet Thunder, everyone would know you're like,
Spy.
Spy.
But Frank is a perfectly ordinary name.
Yeah.
I mean, my name is Piper Voltbonk, and that sounds like an artificer, but that's my name.
Perhaps it sounds like an artificer because you are an artificer and that is your name.
I like that.
Winter, may I ask you a question? I seem to recall you mentioning earlier that you are a healer, yes? Do you follow any specific deity or tenets of religion?
Not especially, no.
That's perfectly fine. I was just curious. It's always interesting hearing the things that people put their faith in.
I agree. Dungeon Master, what pantheon are we using?
What god you want? Because if you want it, I probably got it.
Are we using like Forgotten Realms, like Lathander? Are we using like Dawnwar, like Palor? Just curious.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Awesome. No, I think the gods are quite powerful, and the effect on mortals is incredibly profound. And I admire anyone who is able to find faith in them.
Agreed. It's a paradox in its own way. At least I think. The gods, of course, have power, but is it because we give them power, or do they have power separate from us? It's an interesting thought experiment.
I agree, because there's tale of gods being forgotten, and then because they are no longer venerated, of losing their status as a god. Like, what makes one... Anyway, Shava, I feel as though you and I could go on and on about this, probably bore the rest of them to absolute tears.
It seems quite interesting.
Do you follow any gods?
I have interest in several. My father was a devout follower of Ayun.
I see. The knowing mistress, yes.
Yes, to run in the family a bit, the search for knowledge. What is the phrase? I window shop. I like to pick and choose the individual philosophies that suit me best.
I think that's I like that. I think there's something to be learned from each of them and their stories and their followers.
I quite agree.
While you guys were having this riveting conversation about gods, Piper had pulled out from her bag of holding some leather and some, what are boots made of? I guess just like some laces, some extra laces to like tighten the leather. And she has fashioned, to all intents and purposes, a giant pot boot cozy and imbued it with boots of the winding path. Fenris, I have the. Do you want to deliver?
You know,
the?
I think that you and Wendy would get along really well, and you made the gift, so I think you should give it to them so that way they can properly thank you, and also you can explain to them how it works because I have no idea.
Okay.
So you should go do that. Hey, Winter. So you heal people. You deal with like dead people. Do any of the like dead people stuff?
If it is needed, I will do as there is a need.
Do you know anything about ghosts?
Do I know anything about ghosts, Dungeon Master?
Roll Arcana for me.
I will.
No, religion. Hello, brain. Religion.
Oh, well, that's not bad. That's an 18.
Oh, an 18. What was the question? Do you know about ghosts?
It's my winter die.
Oh, nice. Do you know about ghosts? Yes.
Yeah.
Very much. You know about ghosts. I don't know why I always say ghost.
Ghost.
You know about ghosts. You know that they are usually left behind for a reason, or they've been summoned back, and either way, the natural order, there's something there that's not kosher. You also know that sometimes they choose who they appear to, and other times they're vicious and just attack whoever's around, depending on what manner of ghost or spirit we're dealing with.
Well, Fenris, I can tell you that ghosts are quite. They can be quite terrifying. Scary creatures, especially considering they don't always appear to everyone. I think of them as troubled souls that are left behind for some mission, whether known to them or not. And imagine a ghost as a spirit left behind with a purpose. Does that answer your question?
I mean, my question was, do you know anything about ghosts? So yes, clearly you know some things about ghosts.
My apologies, that was very presumptuous of myself. Please forgive me.
No, it's cool. I didn't know anything about ghosts, so now I can say I also know things about ghosts, which is nifty. How does one get stuck with ghosts? Like, do they like pull a lottery number and then just like haunt the person whose number matches up, or like go to the person like who looks like them the most?
That's a very interesting question, and I don't know for sure, but if I was theorizing, I would say that they would go to someone that they knew could do something about it, that they could help them, or who would be the best person to spread that message.
When While this is happening, Piper has delightedly sprung out of her chair, which graciously lowered for her, to go deal with Wendy. When Winter says help her, or help them, help with the helping, what with the helping and such, Fenris, you see this ghost's face right beside Winter's, and you can hear her loud and clear now, just saying help, 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 and it's getting louder and louder and louder and louder.
Okay, so ghosts show up to people who can help them, but what if the ghost makes a bad choice and shows up to someone who doesn't have any fucking idea what's going on?
Help.
I hear you. You want me to help you. I'm trying.
Help.
You're not. There's no one else here. There's a ghost right there, and she's yelling at me.
And on that, I think the night fades away from us, and we will end tonight's session. So, thank you all for coming out for session 1 of A Velvet Soiree. Things are clearly fine, and this is a normal dinner party. And thank you all so much to my wonderful, wonderful players. I've had a blast this evening. If we want to go around and talk about ourselves some more, say who you are, what you've got going on between now and the next session, and your favorite moment for the evening. I'm just going to go through the Zoom chat. So, Abby, let's have you go first.
Forgot what you said. It was 3 seconds ago.
It's okay. What you're doing on the internet between now and next session, where we can find you, and your favorite moment from the evening.
I am doing nothing but this at the moment. You can find me at Citrine Warlock on Twitter, and honestly, it's a little selfish, but every time Winter talked to Ruby, it was always like the best. I'm just like a good person talking to Ruby. And how interesting that goes.
Beautiful. Jono, what about you?
I'm Jono. You can find me on Twitter at MammalJono, where I tweet about musical theater and things that I think are funny, often at the same time. I think my favorite part of tonight was watching everyone just go all in on the animated shrub. That was spectacular.
Yes, you stole my favorite moment. Oh, I love Wanderers so much. All right, next up we have the illustrious Anders.
Oh, hey, yes, me. I Anders. You can find me at Anders_D_K on the internet. Thursday, you can find me here at 7, 8, I don't remember, 8 EST, playing the first session of Project VHS, where I literally get to be a white-haired anime boy in a cyberpunk future void horror setting. It's gonna be very, very exciting. Also, I'm sorry I'm plugging so much.
Do it.
AndersDK/itch.io is my itch account. There's 2 TTRPGs that I wrote up there right now that I'm really proud of. One's about queer families and making homes together, and the other's about harassing your friends as you take turns playing the shopkeeper in an adventure story, because we all love to mess with the shopkeeper NPCs. So they're very, very different, but I'm very proud of them. So if you want a free short TTRPG, you should go there. My favorite moment, I loved every single time Shava and the spider had a moment. It was so good. And I feel so bad for poor Shava and their spider concern, but also it was hilarious and well portrayed. So that's that.
Beautiful, wonderful, fabulous. Check out Anders' games. They're really good. Okay. Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can primarily find me on my channel, Open for Adventure. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Primarily, we have Fates Chosen, which is my Monday night group where I'm the dungeon master, and I play with some really talented, really roleplay heavy people. You can also check out all of our other stuff at Open for Adventure. I too actually recently released something on the internet. It's Paladin Oath of the Curse. You can check it out on DM Skill, Paladin Oath of the Curse. It's free to download, pay what you want, so go ahead and steal it. I think that's it. I had a great time tonight. This was actually my first time on Variant Rolls.
Yay!
Yay!
So much
Welcome.
for having me.
What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment was just the introduction of everybody, but especially Piper. She just rolled in here with all of this energy, and it made it so easy to play off of her and to have that kind of excitement. So I appreciated that.
And why are you always last, Jesse? What? How does this happen? And I'm starting with you next time. I'm writing it down. And the wonderful, fabulous human/moose, Jesse.
Human/moose. I am a moose. Hi, I'm Jessie. You can find me at Jahoos the Moose on all social media platforms. You can also catch me usually on Saturdays at TechnoScald's Twitch, where I play Eyes in a game of Blades in the Dark. I'm not going to be there this Saturday, but you still should check it out because it's a great game, and everyone's spooky and awesome and so fantastic. And you should also check out Anders' games because I did the art for one of them.
It's so good.
And it's amazing.
It made us all cry happy, emotional tears.
It did indeed.
And my favorite moment was, I have to second like the interaction between Ruby and Winter because of like a thing that I, Piper, know, and I feel like it was like a tennis match, and I was just going back and forth like, oh, is this the thing? Is this what's going on?
What are you talking about?
Is this drama? Oh, this is drama. I'm here for the drama.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I have no idea nothing. I'm not talking about anything.
Now you question. Win. Yeah, give me. But question for mods: are we gonna do a raid? Do we know? I'm trying to look for someone, but I have 18,000 things open. But yes, hi, hello. I am Quinn. Find me on Twitch at Quintastic, and then on Twitter with Quintastic_ because I do a lot of things apparently. I stream the video games and such like during the week. Right now we're playing Prey, which is horrifying and also wonderful, and space. I hate space personally, but I'm in a lot of space things coming up because I'm also in Project VHS with Anders. And I will be playing an extremely trustworthy psychiatrist that has no ulterior motives whatsoever. Just here to help for morale, What else do I do? I live here now. I don't know. Grim Femmes is coming up on the 14th. But yeah. My favorite moment from the evening. How do I pick one? Were they live, Anders? Yeah, let's do that. I don't have permission to do it. Do you have permission to do it? I like that I'm talking to you.
I pinged mods in Discord.
Okay. I think Scraticus might be on.
Yeah, Scraticus is live.
My favorite moment, God, if I had to pick one, I mean, Wanderer, if I'm being selfish. I fucking love Wanderer. And I think it was the enthusiasm that everyone immediately had of, like, this sad, awakened shrub. Like, we have to make it happy. It turns out it's just an asshole.
I just wanted to help it.
Oof. Big oof card. Yeah, thank you all so much for playing. I forgot to mention at the beginning, this is my streamed DM debut.
I had so much fun.
I'm glad. We did the thing. Yay. It didn't explode. I'm happy about that. Yes, good.
Right.
I have outro things. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We do have a YouTube channel that so do the thing. I'm really bad at outros. The intros I practiced. The outros I didn't.
Right. So we are reading Straticus.
Okay, sounds good. Straticus is awesome. I am a fan. But yeah, if you like what you see here, you should probably stick around for other Variant Roll stuff, because everyone at Variant Rolls is the best. And I love everyone here. I'm sorry, I'm very tired all of a sudden. So we're going to read Straticus. Thank you all for being here and for watching. And thank you all for being incredible players. And we'll see what happens next time with the Windflower Estate.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.